Hello, there we go. Hey, everybody. Hey, Dan. Nice to see you. We're going to be playing slightly less murderous word games here for a couple hours on twitch.tv/Scrabble. I'm definitely jonesing to hop on stream and play some Babel Royale. Also, the big news in word gaming, I have to imagine lately, is that Wordle was bought by the New York Times for something like over $1 million. Wow, impressive. Especially given that Wordle was basically grabbed from past word games like Lingo on TV. Just dressed up kind of prettier and given some social sharing, and voila, $1 million. I wonder. Maybe the New York Times will buy Scrabble next for several gazillion dollars. But until then, we are here. Hey, Josh, how are you? Yeah, no Babel here today. Extra Typo reaching loftier heights than one would have thought possible on Babel Royale with 22,000. I don't know. I think I'm not sure if I have it in me to get up there. So I'm going to play the computer in a 15-minute game. Say hi to you guys as you filter in, and then I will take some challenges of whatever gameplay you guys want. Highest dunks in the NBA. Is that you're literally watching? Are you actually watching a basketball YouTube? Which my YouTube algorithm is pretty. All right, let's just see. Hopefully we can do this without crashing. There we go. Yeah, my algorithm knows that I'm a sucker for NBA content. My YouTube algorithm expects that I want chess, word games, and Scrabble. Twitch, like Twitch influencers, fitness and exercise content, and baseball and basketball, and some football now, sports highlights. So the algorithm is pretty accurate on YouTube. Obviously, we all got to do our part to get more Scrabble content on YouTube. I just feel like my rate of production of my own content has kind of slowed to a crawl, but that's, I guess, to be expected, juggling a bunch of stuff. But the more Scrabble content that's out there, the better. I had some idea that this is going to be the year that I finish Better Know a Letter, and that's haven't even done one this month, so gotta revise my expectations. All right, so we're playing the Grandmaster Computer. I've chosen UK English, but I'll switch back and forth between UK and US English. Got 3 tiles that score more than 1 point, and presumably I'm supposed to play something like this, even though it is a little bit risky. Let's see, where can I deploy these letters here? It's possible that I'm supposed to just play this and keep my HP combination. I doubt that, though. I would have to assume that I'm supposed to play off more of these at once. Let me just see. Am I missing a bingo? I don't think so. So we'll just go ahead and play this and see what we are. Maybe it's better to play POW. No, I don't think so. Let's play HOW. Oof. Okay, not so good. To my decent leave, I drew JV together, which is not ideal. So, yeah, watching lots of Babel Royale lately. I actually saw something really cool. Currently, I think maybe he's still going, is the Twitch channel of incredibly talented kind of jack of all trades software developer, application creator. This guy Automated is currently, not to send anybody away from this channel where we want people to watch me do this, But he's making a multiplayer, like a massively multiplayer, or a battle royale Wordle, which is amazing. I was watching that before, and hopefully New York Times can give him some money too, because it looks pretty incredible. Okay, Poi is the play by the Grandmaster. I have a J. The immediate thought is, how can I use this J to get as many points as I can? Unfortunately, the spot that really jumps out here is the ability to put a V here. So the trick is, do I want to play something like Vaped? It scores really quite well, 47 points with the Pawa hook. And this is a word that, yeah, oddly enough, Pawa with the W is valid in UK English, and Pawa with the U is valid in US English. So go figure. Hard to keep that stuff straight. Certainly seems like this is a pretty good play, barring some kind of play with the J that I'm not seeing. So we'll do this and see what we get. Okay, so I'm getting further and further away from bingoing, but that's okay. I just scored 47 points, so can't be too dissatisfied. Japed would have been fine. Yeah, maybe Japed is better than that. Japed scores probably the same and gets rid of the J. So yeah, I don't know. Didn't think about that. Ooh, and I pay the price pretty hard. I paid the price pretty hard there. Yeah, it was a tunnel. Japed has to be better. So, okay. So I pay the price. I get hit with a massive Z play, but we move on. Let's see. This is not great. All these consonants and no great vowels to play through to score anything productive here. So let's see. I can't even find a good play through this I that I like. How about... Geez, this is kind of dire. Do I really not have like even a plural to dump my S better than like jets or something? This is not... Maybe this is what I'm supposed to do. It doesn't feel very satisfying at all. If I was going to try to keep my S here, how would I do it? Maybe Fendi, leaving JST again, keeping this J, and I don't really want to. Hold on, what have I done here? There we go. These plays seem pretty equivalent to me, so I'll just do this and hope for something better. Okay, now we're getting closer again. So if I'm just able to get this J off somewhere, then we'll get a little closer to bingoing. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Is this going to work? Yes, it will. So the S is nice here still, just because there's an unobstructed spot right there. Oh, and look at that. Now I have a pretty simple place to dump the J. 29 in that spot. How many in this spot? 27. So a couple more. Oh, wait, I have to consider this too, unfortunately. That's probably too many points not to play, even though I do give up my S. 47 points is quite a lot. 47 versus 29. Yeah, it's got to be far too much to not play. So I think Jostle is what we're going to do. Hey, the Penguin Monkey, how are you? Good to see you. Just playing a quick game with a bot, then we'll open it up to any challenges that people want, any lexicon, any time setting. Let's say any time setting quicker than 45 minutes. So we can do a 25-minute game, 15-minute game, quicker game, whatever people would like to do. I believe already there have been a couple people interested in playing today. So we'll see. Okay, Ghibli's, that is the Collins variation, the British English variation of a strange-looking word that usually has an H in it. So this is a word that's pretty obscure, but you can see we've just been hit with a variant of that. So my promising rack to start the game, I should have played Japed over Vaped for sure, but nevertheless, I was not, I was closest to bingoing in this game very, very early, and now I'm as far away as can be. Studio Ghibli, yeah, that's right. That's a great point. Much less obscure than you might expect, thanks to that. Very, very good point. Okay, so this rack is not very good. It's got two T's. It's got the UV combination that really calls out to be just played as soon as possible to increase my chance of bingoing on subsequent turns. Looking around, trying to see what's a good place. These overlaps look kind of appealing. Unfortunately, I don't think beautiful leave on this play. I don't think that's, well, is it possible that that's okay to play? Something like evict, maybe. Maybe this is, I don't love creating this spot here, but it's not the end of the world. It's not like a disaster. So that's 20. This is 21. It's pretty close. I can't really find a good play to this eye to the triple. I don't think there's likely to be one. Something here, I doubt. I highly doubt. Hello, 14 Domino. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, I guess, oh, wait, I don't have to make that spot if I do this, don't I? Okay, this is probably the best I can do to get rid of one of my two T's, get rid of at least the worst part of the VU combination, and score something at all. Unless I'm missing some better thing somewhere, which I easily could be. I feel a little bit unfocused here. Oh, wait, do I have some crazy play in here? I don't think so. VN or something like that. I don't know. Maybe there's something in there. I don't see it. So in the interest of time, we will play Civet and see what we get. Okay. This looks decent. WTF, nice to see you too. Hey guys. So I'm in a little bit of trouble against the Grandmaster bot, which is merely playing high-scoring plays. I guess I'm going to be hoping to play this next turn. I don't know, maybe. Let's see what I get hit with. This is a new, I think this iteration, oh, look at that. Jeez, that could have been worse. Are there 8-letter words with this? I don't know. I don't think so. Is this worth playing? Quarto leaving HN versus, that's 32. Author leaving just an N. I think it's got to be author here. Oh wait, Quotha. Hold on. That's better. I think this would be 38. Leaving NR, pretty good combination. Of course, it's going to continue to be difficult to actually play a bingo here. Really, my best chance is a 7-letter word here. Maybe the tiles of Quotha will let me play an 8. Other than that, it's getting a little tight, but we'll do this, I guess. So, yep. How about Quotha? That is what I settled on. My Quotha, yeah, I'm reaching my Quotha for plays in this game. It's not, I think Quotha, this is a word. So Quotha is a word that, let's see, what is the definition bot? Wow, nice play of Railer, though it's a little risky, putting that nice letter out in the triple lane. But Quotha, yes, a word that is especially useful, not just in Scrabble, but pretty much everywhere, just because the hook, right? Quoth the raven nevermore. If anytime you see quoth, there's a possibility that an A can go at the end and be really helpful. Okay, so I got a weird rack here. Options for me include just playing off 2 of my E's for as many points as I can get. It would be great if I could just play all 4 of my E's. Unfortunately, can't do a Primal Scream of that nature. Or I guess I could play Re-Earn. Maybe, oh, you know what would be slightly better than that would be to play Raree. Only 15 points, leaving NEE. It's a little, I don't know. Similar scores. This is a very positional, move where I'm losing by 30. I have very bad tiles for scoring. So it means that my odds are sort of shifting increasingly to needing a bingo if I'm going to try to win this game. So if I do this, the problem with a play like this is that it blocks off my lane here, and assuming the bot, hold on. Let me change this a little bit. Yeah, and assuming the bot plays something either to the R like this or through, that doesn't leave a very good letter, or potentially something here that puts an unappealing combination for playing a 7 on top, I'm really going to be in trouble. So I think my thought process is that, I should play Ranni. So Ranni is considerably better than Raree because of all the N's in the pool. So I really, really want to play my N more so than my R, just because the odds of me redrawing an N are so good. So let's just do this and see what we get. Okay, we drew a bingo. So the question is it going to stay open? My bingo, a couple different choices of a bingo, but I think they're both here. So if this spot gets blocked, I'm in a little bit of trouble. Hopefully the computer is going to play stuff in these nice overlapping spots here that are so tempting for scoring. The spot at the base of the board isn't that, or maybe here. Okay, there we go. So the computer making no attempt to block. So I can play Miterer for 76 or Trireme. Miterer is going to score better. The question is, now, between these 2 plays, which gets hit harder on the lower part of the board? And I'm pretty sure that not only does Miterer score more points, it's considerably more difficult to underlap because of the 2 R's. You need E's to go under here. So it's going to be hard to underlap. So let's play this. Oh, look at that. So the game is turning in my favor here. Wouldn't say I've made Miterer 15. That's right. Yes. Hey, Ross, how you doing? Good to see you. Wow, computer plays on. Ross, what you been up to lately? You still been grinding Babel Royale a little bit, or back to chess? What is your gaming schedule looking like lately? All right, I got 2 minutes here. This game is still pretty close. I can't just cruise to victory here. Trying to come up with, maybe this is what I'm supposed to play. Oh, wait, TUR is not a word. Do I not have a play that's oh, right, I transposed these. Yeah, I don't know. It's not going to be that easy for me to play here. Maybe I'm just supposed to block up in this direction. I really don't have a ton of time, so I need to see. So we have this X here that's kind of scary. Where does the X go that can do anything? Maybe just here. It would be nice to block that spot if I could. Is this insane? 21 points, blocking the X, leaving a Y with a bag of a ton of consonants in it that pair decently well with the Y. The X is still going to play here for a lot of points. I think I should just do something kind of normal like this. The problem with this, though, is it's kind of too much in the mold of a normal play where I'm scoring and balancing my rack, whereas the point of balancing your rack is, with a rack like this, is to bingo subsequently, and I don't really see where that's going to happen here. So I'm going to play this. I would think a lot harder about this if I have a little more time. I'm not convinced that this is the right idea. I may regret leaving this X spot open. But we'll see. I'm up by a fair amount. Okay, Rund is the play. So now I can play something like, do I have, maybe just fast is enough. 3 in the bag. I don't have very much time. Let's go ahead and do this. I don't think I'm going to get bingoed out on, and even an X play here. Wow, that's lucky. Amazing. So I just got super lucky because the computer has an X but does not have any of the vowels required to overlap in this spot with ME. So I just dodged a pretty significant bullet in the end game. I don't even have to think here. Normally I would have to at least think about like, oh man, what do I have to do here? Okay, so now with all those consonants, I barely even need to think. Do I have a play that ends in S or M? Novium. I mean, I have simple stuff like this that I don't think that's likely to be my best play here. But I just need to not lose on time, so I'll just play Oleum. That can't be the correct sequence, but whatever. I think I should be fine. As long as I don't make a big spot, like if I were to play something making a big opportunity to hit this X or something, like put an O here. Or yeah, I'm not even sure how I would do that. Okay, so we're getting our feet wet today. Gonna play for a little while. Okay, there's the X that we expected, and now I just have this N, which we can play for 4 points here. Sure, why not? Okay. Not a flawlessly played game. Sorry for the weirdness of this screen. Looks a little bit better here. Define NATO. Haven't played Babel much. Doing a deep analysis of 9,000 of my XXX games. What is that? Is chess a banned word on this channel? Or hopefully not. I don't think there's any banned. Was that a URL? Oh, chess.com. Okay, gotcha. All right, cool. We got a challenge from Scrabbub, who is very, very friendly fellow that has reached out wondering if I could play a game on today's stream. And of course, the answer to that is yes, of course we can. We're going to have a great game. So this will be a 25-minute game. Gives me a little chance to chat with you guys. So thank you very much, Scrabbub, for the challenge. I like that name, by the way. Lots of B's. Let me turn on the chat here. So yeah, the two of us will play a game, but of course, we'll continue to chat about all things Scrabble and Word in the chat. Yeah, it's definitely doing a lot of thinking about the appeal of Wordle, right? Like, what makes Wordle so appealing? Why did the New York Times just buy it for $1 million? So the game itself is not new, right? There was a game show called Lingo that had the exact same mechanics, and it was popular enough. But it's definitely like the social sharing part of Wordle, and just I think there's more to it than that too. I think there's a certain element of it where the fact that all of the words in Wordle are pretty much quote unquote regular words makes it much more accessible. I don't feel like I'm any better at Wordle than, for example, my wife or my friends that don't play word games. Like, if I'm better at Wordle than they are, it's by microscopic amounts. There's lots of people who are sort of gaming friendly that can appreciate Wordle without needing to go super deep into the dictionary. So that's nice. That being said, on the other hand, I mean, you have Babel Royale, which uses a very permissive dictionary, and I think it adds to the game too. So it's hard to. I don't think Wordle would be fun with the Babel Royale dictionary. I think They're different games designed for different audience segments, but it's interesting to think about, what works for each game. Okay, so Scrabble exchanges. Still, we don't yet see the number of exchange. That's a known issue that at some point we're going to have. It's really, really important strategically to know whether the exchange was an exchange 7 or an exchange 1. That changes a lot of turns for me. Unfortunately, or I guess I should say fortunately in this case, it doesn't really change much for me because I have a classic rack of exchanging on the first turn. And why would I exchange rather than play? Putting aside for a minute that my opponent has exchanged tiles, the reason that I would exchange this is that I'm really close to bingoing, right? I have really good bingo tiles. I just have 2 I's, 2 T's, and an O. So if I keep these EIST tiles together, my odds of getting a bingo are so good. Let's see if I get one. Nope. The K and the V, unfortunately, have thwarted those plans. But a lot of the time, you will get a 7-letter word in there that, let me turn my desktop audio on. That makes it well worth it for you to take a 0 score on your first turn, right? So if I were to have gotten a bingo there, I could reasonably expect something like 65 to 75 points on my next turn, or, that's a reasonable expectation. Whereas if I play something short so I wasn't able to play my perfect combination of an I, a T, and an O, but a couple of bad things can happen. Ooh, okay, colored. So that is a great start there. Now I'm on my back foot to start this game. We'll have to look in a second to see if I have a bingo, but I highly doubt it. But just the math of it, of, taking something like 8 points and then dramatically lowering my chance of getting a bingo on the next turn, and probably getting something like, I don't know, in the 20s or 30s usually, as opposed to taking 0 points and having a great chance of getting 70 on the next turn. Again, that only really works, the logic of that only really works when you really reliably spot your 7-letter and 8-letter bingos that you draw. Otitis, yeah. Otitis would have been exactly the sort of play that a lot of bot opponents would make, because it scored the best that I could get on that first move, but it just completely doesn't completely destroy my chances of getting a bingo subsequently, but it really hurts to get rid of all those good bingo tiles and draw a bunch of random tiles in their place. Okay, so the K and the V, these are roughly equal as bingo tiles. And I have 2 I's. So basically, I would love to... so one possibility here is to just play Kevil. That gets rid of both the K and the V, scores 20 points. I'm curious, though, in this, okay, this is a word in this dictionary. Okay, so this does take an S hook. Just had to be careful there. However, Kevil, the interesting thing here is, even though I get rid of both the K and the V and one of my 2 I's, it comes at a cost of using my E, which the E is the best bingo tile in the game. I think it appears in more 7 and 8-letter words than any other letter. That's why there are so many of them in the set, of course. But I am sort of thinking about maybe I should just play Kid. The problem with this, though, is if I just play Kid, setting up my S here, an underlapping play by Scrabbub in response, just right in here, even just like a 3-letter underlapping play, it blocks both this and this hook at once. So I will be forced to bingo through the letters of colored. That being said, these are really good letters, right? All of these letters are great, and with a lot of 2-tile draws, I will find myself in a pretty good position to play a bingo on a subsequent turn. So I'm thinking about this. Hopefully I'm not missing something extremely obvious that is far better than those. I think the decision kind of comes down to that, or if I wanted, I could play this, which I don't think I like as much. I think I would prefer to get another S hook on the board. So the scary thing about this play is that even a simple play to the left side of colored also blocks the S hook here pretty well and would force me to start a word with the S. So that's not ideal. All right, these are all really close plays. I think I'm going to just go with Kevil, oddly. I think it scores enough more, and I don't love my board position after just playing Kid. And I'm going to redraw an E a pretty sizable percentage of the time. So let's just see. All right, well, I drew too well. You know, a draw like that is going to be too good. Deadman Ultra 666. Yeah, so that, oh man, look at that. Okay, so another bingo comes down immediately that my other plays would have potentially blocked. So yeah, colored is spelled with a U in the Canadian and British spellings of the word. So yeah, it's just this is, I guess, the U.S. spelling of the word color. So a bunch of other words are like that, like favor, F-A-V-O-R. I think favor was a word in Wordle recently, and it got people very upset that spell the word favor with a U in it. Hey, right behind you, yes, skivvy. I don't think that's, so we're playing in U.S. English here. I don't think that's valid in U.S. English, if I'm not mistaken. And hello again, WTF. I can speak. So what's Kevil? Good question. You can define any word using our bot if you type !define and then the word. So piece of wood used in casting lots. Don't ask me what that is either. Okay, now 2 bingos to start for Scrab-Bub. It's not good for me. However, I have this spot here. I know I have bingos here. I can see Tripoli's at the very least, but unfortunately that does not hit the triple. So I'm going to just quickly think here. If I think there's a bingo to the C in Collins. I think Puristic. F G H I J K. L again is a bingo. M. N. N O P Q R S T U V W X Y and Z. I don't know. Yes, I am playing with a person. I'm playing with a very friendly fellow going by the name of Scrab-Bub. And if you would like to challenge me next, you can feel free to sign up to an account on playscrabble.com, or you can play as a guest. And once I'm done with this game, you would just send a challenge directly to Wanderer15. That's my name there. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and play Tripoli's. I would probably go through the alphabet one more time. If anybody saw a triple there, feel free to let me know. It's fine. I don't mind if I missed it. Was there anything that you guys saw? I think I can actually do the answer for myself. So it was Tripois blank. Okay, so I said those 2 words, so I didn't miss a triple through the P. That's reassuring. I shouldn't have done that during the game, but that's okay. Okay, cool, Deadman. If you want, you can use the UK English lexicon. I'm warning you, though, that the UK English lexicon will have both British spellings and North American spellings in it, so it won't alleviate the issue of having those words in there. But happy to use any lexicon that you wish, preferably an English language lexicon. Okay, so Graved is the play, coming in nice and quick. My next problem here, in addition to being down more points in the game is, of course, 3 O's. I need to address this issue with 3 O's as quickly as I can. So let's see how we can do that. Let's look around. This is not a word, unfortunately. That would be decent to get rid of 2 of the O's. Is there any kind of I don't think there's any way to get up here and use 2 of my O's, which I really want to do. I guess I could play something like Sooty. This is a very uninspiring play. There must be something better here. I refuse to believe that there isn't something better that uses those O's more effectively. It would be great if I could use OOY somewhere here and leave some of this stuff. These are good bingo tiles. I don't really know how to just use OOY here, though. I think I probably have to use another consonant to go with it. Oh, maybe that's worth doing. Is that worth doing? Ugh. This is not great. It's okay. I mean, it's fine. I would say for the time being, you can shout plays out. I'll do my best to tunnel vision the game, and then once I make my play, I'll turn back to chat. So yeah, in general though, we do want to get into a habit of not suggesting really, really good plays. You can talk about plays that I'm suggesting and say, oh, I like that idea, I don't like that idea. All right, Sooty is 16. This play is 22. I mean, these are really not great plays, but oh, wow. Okay, so that's so close to operator through this R. But I bet I have, this looks like a good combination of letters. I wonder what I could have here. Maybe not. It might take me one more turn to make sense of this and get into shape to play a bingo here. Not sure. Again, my problem is the same problem that I had on the previous turn, which I fully expected to have that problem. I left 2 O's on my previous rack, so I would love to use one or both of those after Scrabub's next play, so we'll just have to see. Yeah, Aeroport should totally be. Aeroport. That must have some serious Google results. Yeah, Cyber74, cooperate, not quite, right? Yeah, you're right, 9 letters. So I'm super, super close to having a nice 9-letter bingo there. Isn't that the case with Scrabble so many times where you're 1 letter off of something really special and you wish that the board had 1 more row at the edge or any of this? Yeah, hey Morakonda, nice to see you. Is Aeroport not valid? Yes, surprisingly not. It's one of those that would pass muster, I think, for a lot of us. Looks totally, perfectly word-like. I'm not a big fan of saying perfectly cromulent, but people do say that, and this word pretty much is that. So yeah, unfortunately, no Aeroport and operator is not going to be possible for me. Jeremy says you could always play Super Scrabble if you want more space. Absolutely. I've never really gotten into Super Scrabble because it's too mind-bending. It's just too huge. I find it too enormous for my pea brain to make sense of. So yeah, a word like also, as Muffin with Tentacle points out, hey everybody, nice to see all of you guys. Yeah, these words are, word like is not even a valid word. So what does that tell you about the dictionary? Actually, I don't know what it tells you, so we don't need to speculate. Okay, should I play Pooh for 13 for the lols? Should I play co-opt or something like this? Oops, let's play it with 2 O's. This would be 18, AER. In a perfect world, I would love to play these 3 letters somewhere in a way that also scored decently. So is this how I do that? Loop for 12, leaving AERT, which is really, really strong. Problem with this, though, again, is that nice action. So obviously Scrabbub dealing with vowels. He plays Rue, which is a kind of clever idea to just block off this spot. It's going to be basically impossible now to play anything here. So now I'm left with like these spots, and before loop, I have a couple more spots. I would be closing them off and not putting very good spots back on the board. But I think loop, I probably favor loop over, well, certainly over poo. The question is, do I want to play co-opt instead? So this is where we start to look at the vowels and the consonants left in the bag. 22 vowels, 36 consonants. That is starting to get a little bit consonant heavy, to the point where I might feel okay keeping AER just with the expectation of drawing N, T, S, some of these other good good bingo consonants. It's also worth noting that this would be a really great spot to hit with something big, and P is a decent starting letter. So this is close. This is close. Yeah, a suggestion of just coop and set my T up, that's actually not crazy. I won't play that because, again, I went against my own logic and looked at chat before. I'm going to go ahead and play co-opt. Let's see what we get. So, yeah, I think it's reasonable. Okay, so, this will be a great start to next turn, playing 4x for 46. That would be really nice, unless I have some other better thing. If not that, just something here would be fine. So the X actually performs pretty well on this board, a number of good spots for it. 4X, definitely my leading play, so hopeful to get this down. I think there's a decent chance that I will be able to get it down, so we'll see. But certainly Scrabbub making me work the two early bingos, have him in the lead. So I'm having to battle here. Obviously, it was very lucky that he had vowel issues here and was forced to play that. Okay, owie is the play. Again, that looks pretty nice. Nice way to use some unappealing tiles and scoring quite well, in fact. That's going to leave me to play 4x, which I think is... let's just... Am I possibly missing something better? Like, maybe it's worth playing Fox, actually. Fox. 34 points, leaving AENRS. You can't get much stronger. 34. 46 is too much more, I think. Especially because, again, I redraw an E enough of the time that it's probably worth it. But, man, Fox is actually pretty tempting. Let's just go ahead and play this. Oh, man. Okay, all right. So, hold on. Let's see. Do I have some kind of, like... I don't think I have... This is an appealing spot for the cube, but I don't think I have anything there. Okay, so that's not what I wanted in my quest to get a bingo down, which I have done. I drew the first blank and played triple-E's there, so that's good. But QJ is not what I was looking for in order to bingo. So probably, I guess what I'm going to need to do is, unless I could find a J play that scores really well, I'm definitely looking at just playing Quinn here and hoping for the best on a subsequent turn. I mean, this is a J spot, but it doesn't do very much. I guess there's some possibility. Let's think about this. If I play Jows for 35, and the reason I would play this S is just because I'm getting 14 more points, is this possibly worth it? So let's think about this. If I draw the Y, I have Quinnery. If I draw the T, I have Quinnat, right? So I have a big T draw, Y draw. Do I have any other? What if I draw an I, quinina. If I draw an I will be able to play Quinina. So that's pretty good. How about an E? Not really. But there's actually a fair number of, tricolored. Oh, that was probably the best play on Tripoli's. Beautiful extension to the triple, keeping the blank. Yeah, that has to have been best. I didn't even think of it at all. That's great. Yeah, did not have the open-mindedness to think of that. But I'm sort of feeling like there are a lot of tiles that I can get here still available, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 9 tiles. Is there anything else? 9 might not be enough, actually. But then again, I'm scoring well. I'm scoring pretty well. Very, very tempting. Very tempting. OIS. Yeah, that would be a sim play. Eventually, we will have the ability to analyze completed games on here. A lot of stuff is coming in the near future. I think it's going to be no more than a month or so before, maybe a month and a half, for tournaments to come to playscrabble.com. Also, that is going to allow spectate mode to start to come live. Post-game analysis definitely coming at some point here as well. So currently, just the ability to play against friends and bot opponents seems to be working a little bit better all the time. But a lot more stuff is coming. I can tell you, I personally have written a lot of content that's going to be over time. It's going to go up on the blog here. We have a blog of Scrabble content, all different types. So definitely a lot coming to the site in the near future. So I'm trying to think about... Hey Dustin, what's up? Yeah, this is a word game with slightly less murder, a little bit more time to think, contemplate. I got my start in word games playing Boggle, which is much more action-packed than Scrabble. Not a lot of time to think and strategize. There's not much. It's not much to. I failed to find. No. Josh, I got no problems finding that. I can find that. No sweat. Very nice, though. All right. Okay. So now, oh man. So this is almost like making my decision for me here, because I really don't think it's worth it to just plop my J down for 21. And the reason I say that is, in order for this play to work really well, I need to hit one of these tiles in the bag, and I want every tile that I can draw towards that goal is really important. So, all right, but let's think about this. So anyway, the goal here, of course, is playing a big Q play that goes all the way down here. There's a bunch of things that I can get. And J, so where would I even play JS now to achieve that? I'm not sure. Do I have some other big play here? I don't think so. Man, this is like, this is brutal. If I just play Jow, is this actually worth it? I mean, there are a lot of things I can get. I'm so tempted. Only 9 out of a lot. It's like a 1 in 4 chance. I don't know. This is a toughie. I don't have a ton of... I don't love this pathway either. So maybe it's okay, because if I play Jow here like this, then at least I have like a... If I brick all of my draws, at least I can play something like this if this spot also gets blocked. I don't know. Not sure. Let's do this because it's fun. Let's see what we draw. We're rooting for I, T, Y, and maybe other stuff that I'm not seeing yet. Okay, or that, or we could get a U. Or we could get a U to pair with this Q. So I'm not 100%. All right, well, now that gets blocked. Oh, man, it wouldn't have gotten blocked if I had an A here. That would be Quinnery or something would have been pretty incredible. That's a nice play, 27 points, though. Okay. It's crazy to draw a U there, I should say. All right. That makes this a little bit easier to handle. I guess I could just play Souk here if I wanted. Let's see. Do I have some better option? I'm sure I do. Maybe there's a Q play here or something. I don't think I just want to play Quinn here. That's 24 when I can just play off my U and leave myself much better bingo tiles. The U is just not something I want to keep. Plus I set up my I for myself in an interesting way. Tricolored is 2.6. Yeah, as soon as you said it, it felt like it would. My instinct was that it would be better. All right, let me not overlook. Is it possible I'm not thinking about some kind of bingo here that's available? Quainers. I don't think I'm not thinking of a bingo here. All right, let's try this and see what we draw. Okay, well, S blank. We drew S blank. Okay, what are you going to do? That's disappointing a little bit just because that's such an overpowered draw. Like it's, that's rough. So surely I have some way to, maybe I can hit all the way. I have in stars at the very least. 82. Raisins doesn't fit there. Sharns. Sprains, strains, Santiers, instars. I don't think I have. How is that possible that I don't have a word that goes all the way? I must. Maybe not. So yeah, like I have this tickle in my brain that there quote unquote must be a word that puts a consonant here and then puts the I here and then goes all the way across. But that's not like there's no law saying that, and my instinct is based more on a wish that there be such a play than actual, there is a play. How luck based do you think Scrabble is? Great question. So I think suck based. Yeah, wow, Josh, that's actually a hilarious answer. Okay, so failing that there's something better here, I'm just going to play in stars. So yeah, at the top level, so there's definitely, if you were to take, I think the best example that I often give is the greatest of all time, the GOAT of Scrabble, Nigel Richards, right? This guy from Malaysia who has unbelievable ability to find every word, make incredible setups, play every endgame just absolutely cleanly, beautifully, perfectly. Nigel has a win rate of something like 74.8 or 9 or something like that. And 74.9 is very, very close to 75. And the rule of thumb that's often given for Scrabble is when you're playing another person against whom you are roughly evenly matched, 25% of the time you will draw so well that you cannot lose the game almost no matter what you do, as long as you play just a normal game for your ability. And another 25% of the time, that will go for your opponent as well. So quarter of the time, you can't win. Quarter of the time, you can't lose. The other 50% is determined by who plays better in that specific game, is determined by the skill level of the players exhibited in the game. So those numbers, wouldn't you know it, match up shockingly perfectly with Nigel Richards having a win rate of 74.9%. Clearly, he's winning almost all 50% of the games that are decided by skill, and then another 25% of games where he draws too well to lose. Yeah, complacency. Yes, there is. Axer Typo, I've heard many times saying stuff like every game is winnable and other sorts of like mantras to just make sure that his mind is right. And I think what you have to do as a competitor is to divorce yourself from this rational idea that, you know what, not every game is going to be winnable. If I'm playing Nigel or if I'm playing Axer Typo, there's going to be games where he simply is too good. He's going to draw letters that are so good combined with his skill that I have no chance to win. In the moment, though, it is unhelpful for anyone to think that way. It is a waste of mental energy for you to think about that and to think about games that are unwinnable, because you can't actually know in the moment which games are unwinnable. You have to believe the best thing for your win rate is to believe something that is objectively, rationally incorrect, which is that every game is winnable. You have to believe that in the moment, because if you don't, you won't manifest the reality of winning all the games that you could. You deserve to lose 50% of games simply because you're thinking about variance instead. Yeah, making the right play. Exactly. So how you get over those issues of feeling fatalistic about not being able to win every game is to focus on the process of making correct choices as best you can on a turn-in, turn-out basis, and also to realize that over the long haul, the players with the better process will have better results, even if individual games do not bear that out. Yep. Nigel does not think about things outside his control. That's why he's the best ever. That is I absolutely believe that perhaps the least appreciated part of Nigel Richards' game is that mental component. We all see the bingos that he plays and the crazy sequences that he plots out in the mid game and the end game. Pre-end game calculations are absolutely unbelievable how deep he's able to go, and all of those things do make him unique in the Scrabble world as, you know, our best player. But he also has the best mental game by far. Right? Like there are other players that are pretty good with the mental game, and I actually fancy myself to be decent at it, not flawless. I've definitely had tournaments where even I can start to see negativity creep into my play and affect how I play. However, I think in general, I do a very good job of staying focused and making sure that I don't let big moments rattle me too much. I don't let losing streaks get me down too much. Wouldn't say that I'm the best at it, but I wouldn't say it's a weakness for me. Don't watch Will playing against Hasty. Yeah, but it's totally different when I'm streaming than when I'm playing in a tournament. You can just turn. I think I have the ability to sort of just turn it on, just turn on that equanimity and not be worrying too much, not be thinking about it too much. Okay, play of GAUR, which doesn't score very well. So the immediate thing I'm thinking about with a play like this is, can I score a lot of points here that lets me sort of vault ahead? So this would be a great spot. This would be wonderful spot, but I don't have the right letters to fit up there. So what then? Do I have an E play? I don't think so. Do I have, I guess, a play through the A going all the way across would be nice. I don't think I have such a play. So what then? What then? What is the goal here? I don't have a ton of time. I don't quite have anything that fits there. I really don't have like anything. How is that possible? All right, let's think. Something from the G. I mean, this can't be the right play. I'm up by not even 40, so I go up by like 57 when I do this. That doesn't feel enough. The threats on the board are what? There's one, well, the threats in the pool are, there's one S, and then not that great. Like, this isn't that threatening. So maybe it is okay for me to take like as many points as I can get here. This is going to be a hard spot to hit too. Dura, that's something to worry about maybe. The A hook here. The co-opt hook isn't that scary. So maybe I'm supposed to play something super blocky just to keep the bingo percentage to as low of a level as I possibly can. I guess Gleedy is actually, ironically, pretty blocky. It puts a T out in space to bingo 2, but it blocks Dura and the R of Dower. Gleedy does not feel like the right play here. So I gotta think about this. Thank you, Josh. Incredible emotional control is, I think, overselling it slightly. I would consider it to be above average. Acetal. This is probably okay. That's 28. Problem with this though. Okay, finally I found a play that actually looks like it scores something worth considering. The problem is now I create this big S hook that didn't exist prior. Oh man, I don't know. The score does not. Oh, is that true? Yeah, shit. No, yeah, that could potentially have been why I saw that. It clicked in my head. But we'll consider that to be a legit find. The nice thing about Acetal is that I keep an M, which scores not only here, but here as a follow-up play. So if Scrapbub does not have a bingo and doesn't block off both of these spots, I'll at least have a decent play. All right, I don't know. I'm going to play this. I will get burnt. Oh, God. Okay, so I drew the last S after all that. I drew the last S. Meatly, that's a good choice too. Meatly, I didn't think about that. Through this E. That's kind of nice. That's a good way to block stuff off and score pretty well. That would have left me with EC, which is a pretty good combo. It doesn't get hit that hard here. It's actually very tricky to hit the triple super hard on top of the Y. Not impossible. But it wouldn't have hooked with an S. Of course, I drew the S, which makes me look much better. But, yeah, that was just dumb luck, of course. So, all right, hold on. What would I have with this? Bromines. I mean, even just something like Mib. That's going to be really good if I'm able to play that. Or maybe there's some Acetals play. Either way, I'm in good shape here. I'm up by 60-ish and have drawn the last S. So I certainly can't complain, right? Look what I drew. S, 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 blank, blank, and then S again. So, and after all that, I'm not even up by that much. So, Acetals has to be best by far. I mean, yeah, it looks pretty strong in terms of scoring. I don't love that it does very little to, well, I would say it's somewhat net opens the board, even though like it's not clear. Like after Gar, I'm blocking the G and the A, I'm blocking the R, and I'm blocking Dura plays at a cost of opening up an S hook that could be the most salient threat, and then maybe the L and Y and T. Those are not that scary. So it's really just how scary do you think the S hook is? And I suppose part of why it's not that scary is any bingo here is going to give the triple back as an overlap. So anytime I get hit with a bingo ending in S, it probably only scores 70-ish points, and the odds of me hammering it back to the triple are pretty good. So it's, maybe that is the play. Maybe that is just clearly best. The risks are not that scary compared to the benefits. So Scrabbub is going to be thinking hard about how to save this game from the jaws of defeat when I draw all 4 S's and both blanks, which again, as we were discussing, that if it's very difficult to, the 25, 25, 50 rule of Scrabble, it's very difficult to suss out like which games are which, right? Was this game one of the 25% unwinnable for Scrabbub just because I drew 4 S's and both blanks? It's impossible to say until you look much more carefully at the game, right? Could he have missed some incredibly better play? It's not impossible. Not impossible. Okay. Let's see. Acetyl, the play underneath is just FA. I could play something like Biome here for a good score. This does a little bit run the risk of maybe I draw too many consonants and am in a bad situation. I don't really have a great way of doing. I guess I could do this if I don't want to. If I don't want to do this, if I don't want to get into consonant trouble, I could do this. 25 points. Biome also puts an E out here, which, you know what? With IZE lurking, that's honestly like one of the few ways I could lose this game. If there's some kind of like massive IZE bingo to the triple. I'm not really that worried about bingos hooking acetyls. Is there really no better, like, I mean, I'm not playing omens. The S is even worse for that purpose. I mean, this is a little bit paranoid, but I'm going to do this. Because I'm still up by enough that really those scary, like a bingo here, even with the Z, is not going to be so impossible for me to overcome. Whereas a bingo here for 100 plus might be impossible. I don't know. Maybe that's overly paranoid. Right behind you says, actually, 100% of games are winnable. Who sets my limits? Well, how do you mean? Is that like limits in the mathematical sense? Or limits in the philosophical sense of like my limit as a winning Scrabble player? Not sure. Who sets my limits? I don't know. Don't think about what is unwinnable. Just win the game. Fair enough. Again, like, that is literally the best attitude you can take when you're actually playing. So I can sit here and say, oh, not every game is winnable. There are some games where I won't be able to win. Not a helpful thought to actually have when you're playing. So whatever you need to tell yourself when you're actually playing to get into that mind frame, that's the best thing you can believe. It's like this selective thing. Not to compare myself to like myself or Scrabble players in general to like top athletes, but like what makes top athletes so dominant is basically like a psychopathic or sociopathic belief that they are just the best possible at, like, they are the best. I'm the best. I can win any game. I can do anything in this game. And like that that belief is what gets the top things in any field to get the most out of their abilities. Is basically a version of psychopathy, psychopathic thought, sociopathic thought. I can be the best player in this game, and anybody that gets in my way is going to feel my wrath. That's fundamentally a very crazy thing. I will say though that like Nigel seems devoid of things like that. I don't think he has that bone in his body, whereas you definitely see other gaming cultures, people are a little bit psycho with respect to their competitive drive. Frame them for cheating. Yes, then any game is winnable. If I can just toss under the table, I can toss a tile on their lap. Then I can win any game. All right, beat is the play. I don't have a lot of time. I'm just gonna play this. Ooh, okay, 3 ends. It's not great. It did occur to me after beat that maybe there's some kind of a Z play that's being set up here, but I don't see what it could possibly be. So I think I'm doing okay. This is a really bad board to not have the last S on. Excuse me. Oh, hold on. Pro streamer move. All right, successfully muted a good cough that I just had right there. That's pro streamer tactics on full display. Yeah. Oh, is there a link? Oh, what's this? A link? Yeah. Sorry. We can change. I don't know. I know the settings on Twitch let you post links, but sorry, Muffin MWT. I feel like I need to get into the. Oh, what's this? Dare I look at this? Hold on.
Yo, I got the shacks, the hacks. Put you in the man like Pax Romana, Natalia Romanov. I got the Scarlet Witch and the freaking bitch. Yo, I'm a bitch for you, 6 feet. My moves are replete. Axa typo, he's got the moves on his sheet.
That's amazing. Corbla is a true Renaissance man. Was that the link? Was that the link that Matthew sent, or a different link? Maybe I can fix it in the mod settings, but yeah, you can always just like, as I was gonna say, like there is this. I'm trying to have like best streamer practices of not doxing people in the chat. Whereas in early days of our Twitch channel here, obviously the odds are pretty good that I'm gonna know a large percentage of people more, on a closer basis than. Nice, yeah, Adam Logan. Thank you, Adam, for watching. Hope you're doing well, but in the future, hopefully, when we can get lots and lots of viewership on this channel, like unprecedented viewership in the world of Scrabble Twitch, it won't be quite as easy for me to acknowledge each and every person and basically know each and every person, which I will consider to be a very good thing when it happens. Okay, Heather. Am I scared of Heather going down somewhere? Probably not. That was probably a fish for the S, frankly. So I think I'm very likely to be okay if I just play something like, I don't even know. I'm about to take a time penalty, which I would prefer not to, but I'm not going to lose as long as I don't get bingoed on. So I think it's okay. Let's have a look-see here. I don't have any plays here. I could play... No, nothing there, really. I really don't have any plays that are exciting at all. With the 3 ends, I'm not 100% sure what I should do. The biggest thing is to not lose on time. That's all I really need to do. So should I just play Sun and give up a big H play? But that's fine. This can't be best for spread. I just need to not lose to Heather, pretty much. I could play this. A in the bag is Heather. E in the bag. H in the bag. Hetira also AE. No, that also doesn't play. Okay, this doesn't feel... This is a wild play. I don't think this ever loses. Okay, so Hetira. I don't think that fit anywhere. So, all right. Jeremy A. Smith says, I don't mind if you tell people that I'm Jeremy Smith. Yeah, good point. Yeah, there is a point. Oh, sorry. Let me switch to this so you guys can see what's happening here. Reheat looks like a solid play. I'll just play SH on the triple. So yeah, what can you say about this game other than I drew quite well? Oh, did I have? Oh, that was for my opponent. I see. Yes, I did not have that play available. Okay, well, yeah, as I said, that's pretty lopsided draw of all four S's and both blanks, and yet Scrab brought it down to the wire at the very, very end. So good game. That was fun. Yeah, now we can, if anybody saw any other stuff in this game that we didn't get into, now would be the time to let me know if I missed something. But I think the biggest thing for me was back in the Tripoli's turn, potentially playing the TRI combination here. That's very poorly drawn by me. Let's see if we can do better on the motor skills. Okay, hold on. What's that? Oh, the drawing on stream is totally off. That's why. There we go. So the TRI, there we go. These tiles would have gone right here for tricolored. That was probably my big miss. Thank you very much for the challenge, Scrabbub. Very competitive. Some very, very nice plays. Early bingos of colored and paneled, one after the other. Definitely put me to the test. So, yeah. All right, let me see this link here. I'm looking at this link. I'm the... What is this? Hold on. Let me see what this link is. It blocks Twitch links? So if anybody else would like to play, feel free to toss me a challenge right now. I will be happy to accept it. Right now, I'm trying to check out a link that could potentially be funny. Hold on. I'm the best. I can win any game. I can do anything in this game. Oh my. So that's going to be a good clip, I guess. So yeah, this clip, is this going to show up here? Yeah. So this is me talking about myself. I'm the best. I can win any game. I can do anything in this game. I'm the best. I can win any game. Very nice. That's a good clip, not taken out of context whatsoever, and I love it. So, all right. I'll take another minute if anybody wants to toss me a challenge. Doesn't matter to me what lexicon you want. We can do English US, English UK. I'm perfectly happy with that. Oh, we got a challenge from Dustin. Let's do it. Let's play. Let's play. All right, a 15-minute game. Dustin going first. Good luck to Dusu, who, if you are a Babel Royale player, you will recognize this guy. Very, very solid word gamer. So fully expecting not for this to be, but of course, you know, there's, to a certain extent, playing Scrabble is definitely, you know, it's trickier, right? There's a higher barrier to entry. Fortunately, we are playing, I think this is, word validation. So that's good because that lets Dustin try some words that he might not be super sure of. Yeah, Muffin with Tentacle is an absolute goat clipper. Twitch clipper. Really, really good clips. Even way back, like early on in my streams, I just remember a couple clips. There was one time where I was playing like a typing game or something, and I got absolutely destroyed by some enemy in the typing game, and he made a clip that made me laugh so much. Okay, N is on the board, and that's going to let me play either agenting or negating. I think negating is likely to be what I want to play. 64 points. Let's just look at all the other positions. This is a really clean shot at a triple here. Too clean. Negating, on the other hand, if I play this is a much, much, much tougher overlap. Only the A fits here in this dictionary, so I feel very, very safe. So my thought is that's probably the best. Am I missing a bingo through the Z or E? Really don't think so. So let's go ahead and do that. The only benefit that a play like this has over negating is that it obscures the E. So this E is much, much tougher to play a 8-letter word through because the Z prevents overlaps here. So the only way it lets anything go through is with the E in very early position, in fact, second position, whereas this E is completely wide open, a lot easier to hit. That's the only negative of this. But I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. 2 consonants and 5 vowels. That obviously is the pressing issue here. A pretty reasonable choice for me if the board were not to change at all, which we know it is very likely to change, would be to just play ooze through the Z. That gives me much more balance here, clearly. Dustin says, I resign in the chat. No resignations. It's still way too close. You're only down by 40. No need to resign. But yeah, I mean, I've said this a couple times on stream. Like, there is this daunting aspect to Scrabble where you see a lot of words on Scrabble boards that you may never have seen before or that you may never use in common parlance. But I definitely think that if you can at least get to the point where when you're playing Scrabble, you are diagnosing the problems that you are facing correctly every time, you can go so far without knowing each and every word in the dictionary. And that, I mean, there are some problems that are very difficult to diagnose because the symptoms are all over the place. But this turn, the symptoms are pretty easy, right? You got 5 vowels and 2 consonants, and you need to come up with a play that balances those 2 factors. So as long as you're looking at a rack like this and saying, damn, I got way too many vowels, how can I use them? This might be a play that starts to occur to you. So other plays are much trickier to diagnose, and if you just are a natural strategist, which I am not, it took me many years of grinding. It's weird to think of actually the word part of this game being so much easier for me than actually knowing how to play it properly. But that was definitely my situation. I think for every person like me, there's probably several more people, orders of magnitude more people who come into Scrabble from a background of strategy gaming or another game, or just generally being a little quicker on the uptake than I am, which I don't think, I think sometimes I can be a little dumb, frankly. But the one thing I do have going for me is that when I see a word, it sticks in my brain pretty quickly. So that's helpful in this particular game. All right, gunk is the play, and I think that doesn't change very much for me. I think ooze is still going to be really good for a couple reasons. Gets my rack back into shape with balance, sets up my S in a way that there isn't really a good S hook currently on the board. After ooze, there will be. I think it doesn't score particularly well, but almost anything that I play here is not going to score particularly well. So we're going to have to live with it, and playing through the Z is a good way to score something. So we'll play ooze See what we get. Oh, man. We're just drawing very, very well. We're drawing awesome. I think it's fair to say that we are drawing awesome. Get it? Who gets it? Who gets it, gang? I made a pun. Thank you, Sinbad. Having some fun today, playing some Scrabble again on PlayScrabble.com. It's feeling much smoother and better than ever before in terms of the move input, all those sorts of things, and lots of features coming soon. Okay, so let's not tunnel vision on that. I bet that there are, well, I don't bet that there's necessarily something through the N that goes all the way down. The N is not a great starting letter for longer words. It would be great if I could come up with a play there, but I don't. Like almost newcomer, but newcomes is not a word. I mean, awesome here. Well, I would play woesome here instead of awesome. So woesome here would be a better play than awesome for the simple reason that if I play awesome here, it allows really high scoring consonants to fit in this spot and go across. Now you might be saying, well, wait a second, doesn't woesome put a really high scoring consonant there too? Yeah, it does, but it doesn't really offer a great opportunity to, if I put it back on the board, it doesn't really offer a great opportunity to put a high-scoring consonant there, and any high-scoring consonant that goes in this spot gets doubled, right? A 4-point tile in this spot is going to be worth 8 times 3, as opposed to this is only going to be 4. So it's not nearly as bad. All right, so now we have this to possibly play. It's only 75. It's going to be way better in this spot. So I'm definitely imagining that something like this is, no, if I could just type. 84 looks pretty good to me. Another spot here, 76. Obviously not that interested in creating this giant spot. So I don't know. It is tempting to just play awesome because it's funny to play the word awesome. But content be damned, I have to play the strategically best move that I see every time. Content is unimportant. It is all about winning percentage. No, it's not true. In a friendly game, I mean, we all have our limits, right? Like, well, at least most of us do. Of when would it be acceptable to sacrifice winning percentage to play something cool? I tend not to do that because I've completely given myself over to the dark side of Scrabble being a game of maximizing your winning chances. If you get to do something creative, that's great, but not for creativity's sake. You do it because it helps you win the game more frequently. So I've given myself to that mantra pretty much completely at this point. I don't do too much, playing of stylish stuff for that purpose. If it happens that I find something stylish that also is good, okay, we can consider it then. That's not great for Twitch, though. That's not Twitch, though. Lay down the tiles, take a screenshot, and make your real play. That's the best. Yeah, that's a great intermediate step for sure. That would be a clever idea to make sure that you get the best of both worlds. Unfortunately, that is not possible in over the board Scrabble. Although I will say that in some of our broadcasts, like when during my Word War broadcasts, we see that a lot with players laying down crazy words and then picking them up and playing the word they actually want to play. I've seen that a fair bit. Okay, so we're playing English US. That means we can't play this very valuable word, very, very useful word of Ouija. That would be a pretty solid idea here tempting to just play this for 27, even though JIU is not really what I want here. Simply because, again, we have the same issue as we did with ooze, 5 vowels, 2 consonants. This time, the 2 consonants are not even as good as the ones that I had before. JT is significantly worse than that, just because the J is so inflexible. The J demands such special attention. Yeah, I don't think I have anything great here. I don't think I have anything through the W with the J either. Also, this is not in here. That would be reasonable. Maybe this. 22 points, leaving a twee versus 27 points, leaving JUI. Not great. Not great options here. These are not options that make me feel good either way. Plays like this are worth considering, but I really would prefer not to keep 2 eyes on my rack. Among the whole universe of issues that I would like to avoid here, the 2 eyes are probably tops on the list. Like, I can live with JUI. I can live with a twee, but 2 eyes with a chance of drawing a third one, which would render the next rack completely unplayable for the most part. That would be a bridge too far. So, these are pretty similar. I'm going to go ahead and play this just because I have some chance of drawing a bingo with a twee. It looks like it didn't happen, but that's okay. Towie was reasonable there too. It could go either way. And of course, it's always the case that I could miss something better, which I hope if anybody is watching along and says, well, shoot, I saw something that looked better to me, definitely feel free to, ask me, why didn't you do that? And the answer could just be, I didn't see it. I did not see it. Okay, chi, pretty simple. Play, nicely done, 35 points. All right, what's the situation here? I was taught early on in my Scrabble career that whenever you can play this word, it's almost always correct. And the reasoning for that is that the WU combination is so bad that when you have WU on your rack, it becomes priority 1 to get rid of it. I was going to play on the double for chi and chi. Okay, so I blocked this spot for the double chi. Sorry, Dustin. That was total blind luck on my part. Do I have is this worth playing? 12 points leaving RIT compared to much more, 21. I think that has to be better. Vru, oh man, the Dutch housewife of Vru is so good. Totally. That's a great one. Vru is, and we have a term for that, right? So I think this is definitely the play here, unless I'm missing some bigger play. So the reason that we sort of have that instinctive like of plays like Wud and Vru, well, we don't like them necessarily, but when we have those letters, they tend to be plays that we play a lot. And that is the symptom of the disease, right? So the disease of those tiles of VW, UW, VU is that there are very, very few words containing those letters, and that by that token, when you do have those letters, you see these same words get played over and over again, almost by default, because there are so few options for you. So that's why those words are so useful, and that's why in my tip videos that I make, like you have to emphasize that not all words are sort of equally useful in Scrabble. So a word that, 2-letter words as well. The U, the V has no 2-letter words. The W actually has a lot. The W outside of the U and V, the W is actually a pretty good scoring tile because it forms a ton of two-letter words, and those two-letter words so frequently become three-letter words with hooks. So if you just think about all the two-letter words that have a W in them and how many letters you can add, right? So AW, EW, OW, those words take incredible numbers of three-letter words as hooks as well. So the W is a pretty good scoring tile much of the time. The V, not so much. U, not so much. So yeah, very well said for sure that those tiles don't lend themselves that well to shorter words in general. Okay, let's see here. Ova played to open the board a little bit. Faultier and filature through this L if it were more open. It's not there. Is there anything through the N or D? Looking around. Don't think so. So I'm using this process first of like, okay, I have these letters. They look vaguely like I might have a bingo. So let's think first, what is the best possible outcome that could happen to me here? It would be bingoing through this A, probably, or bingoing through the N or D or L, or a 7-letter word here. So we just quickly go through that Rolodex, and I'm looking. I don't think I have anything through any of those letters. So now you move down the list to less desirable plays, but plays that might actually exist, which is we're not at that point yet. I haven't found a play that I want that actually exists. So ooze, I don't have any hooks for. I don't have great overlaps in this spot. Normally, I would consider something like this, but it scores very poorly, and it puts a gigantic S hook on the board that doesn't really exist. Oozes is pretty big, but that would be much bigger. So there has to be something better here, something more satisfying. What that is, not sure yet. Some kind of an overlapping play, maybe. I want to use my F and my U, leaving these nice tiles left over, especially because I have easy lanes for 7-letter words in a couple different spots on the board. So if I draw basically any 7-letter word, it's very, very likely to play. So with that in mind, I could play this. Beautiful. I made a video about this word. It's not valid in English US, of course. I made a video of Nigel playing that word in a pretty awesome style. Is it possible I'm supposed to play something like enough? Nope, I have to play this. Oh, it's not valid in this. Okay. Yeah, one of those stupid words that probably should be here but isn't. I guess I really don't have anything through there either. Man, this is weird. I can't figure this out. Can't find a play I like anywhere. I guess, maybe I should just play unfair. This would be a good way. This would be a good way to at least get rid of UF. It takes me much further away from bingoing than I would like, but ET isn't the worst thing in the world to start. If the only better 2-tile combination that I would prefer would be ER, and I don't think I have. Oh, I guess I could play unfit if I want to do that. Yeah, unfit looks a little better, slightly better. Yeah, let's try this, see what we get. Ooh. This is close. Not quite, though. Not quite. Funny thing is, might have had, so I didn't have a play that used my R instead of the T. If I played unfair, it would also have used an A. But if you were to swap my R for a T right now, I would have the bingo of naivete. Unfortunately, I don't think I have anything. So bingo through a D would be reinvade. Doesn't start with a D. Don't think I have anything great through this A, though I have to look a little more carefully. I don't have a 7. Don't think I have anything from the L. So it looks like I have managed not to hit anything, which is okay. My chances weren't great. I don't consider that to be a massive disappointment. My chances were not super good. So Josh rooting for Dustin to flag me, which if you look at the timers, could definitely happen if I don't speed up a little bit. La for 2. Lavering. Yeah, I would hit lavering if I just play la here. So that could be funny. It also has a nice, I could play Neve with lav. Don't think that's the play, but I always love Josh's silly creative plays. Josh would not make that play. He's just seeing it as a fun play. I don't think this is good in this dictionary. Yeah. I guess I'm supposed to play this. Maybe I have a better play through this A. Lost a turn to Avenir. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, what can you do? It's pretty word-like. It's a pretty common font on the computer. Is that what it means? Is that what Avenir means? No. The future. Okay. Oh, man. Look at this. Like, how do I do, like... almost invariable. Damn. How do there must be, like... I feel like there must be something here. Invariable would be so fun. All right, I don't think I have anything. How about avenirable? Okay, I don't think there's anything there. I'm gonna go ahead and play Velier, I guess, just because it's a fair number of points. I don't know. Is that worth it? I'm so close to bingoing, but I guess I don't really have. I don't have a great play that scores anything while also leaving me good chances. So we'll try that. We'll see if we can do this. All right, let's see. Pantheon, Nanotech. Always got to be looking for able words here. I don't think I see anything there. Ah, okay. Yes. So just a. Oh, and there is the P for Pantheon. It's just not in the right place. That's a Sag. Okay. This is probably not correct to put a letter out in the triple lane like that. I can't imagine I should do that. Let's try not to do that. So maybe like that. No. Man, I really should not do this. This is so wrong at this score. It's so wrong. But I want to. So how can I square that? Oh, Heron. Heron is what I should play. There we go. So this is a play that I could regret deeply, but won't immediately lose me a game that I'm probably winning. So whatever. Let's just go for it. This is probably not smart just to create big S hook with 2 S's left. That's just going to sit there forever. And then we have this spot too, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. So we'll see. I drew weirdly. I don't know if I have a great. I guess I would probably play this If it were open on the next turn, maybe I have some better idea. I'm not sure. Yeah, not seeing it. It's no great way for me to use two A's and a Y. Ayaya. Oh, I should play it right here. I have ayaya right here. Look at this. Oh, wait, no, I have to play this. Don't I have to do this? Oh, man. Oh, no. This is really putting me to the test. Because before, I just said a few minutes ago that I am absolutely dead set against playing any word that doesn't maximize my winning chances. But how could I not play ayaya? Oh, no. This is terrible. This is truly an awful choice. I have ayaya staring me right in the face. Oh, no, and it's right there to play. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't have a lot of time to think about this. But yeah, we're just gonna play airy. We're gonna take the easy way out. And now what? Something through the E. Such contempt for art. Yes. Well, look. It's hard. It's hard to be this cold-hearted as I am. I am cold-hearted fellow, unwilling to give up my my mantra of win games at all costs, no matter how cold-hearted it is. Nobody knows I'm a dog. Toadman, good suggestion. That would be very, very solid. Unfortunately, it's not in the dictionary, but Frogman is. Frogman is. I think a frogman is a legitimate thing that's referred to as like a diver, right? Isn't a frogman like a policeman that is a diver too? Frog march? Oh, wow. Frog march. To force a person to walk with arms pinned behind the back. Oof. Ouch. That hurts my shoulder just thinking about it. I don't have good range of motion in my shoulder, so I don't like that. So in the Scrabble dictionary, if a word has multiple definitions, it doesn't matter how common the definitions are. It uses the definition with the most inflections, right? So what do I mean by that? Let's think. So in the Scrabble dictionary, a regular word is the word necklace, right? So necklace is a word. Yeah, cat is a great one. But the sickest one, I hesitate to say my favorite, but this is one that scared the hell out of me when I saw it first. So necklace, far from being a accessory that is worn, it means to punish with a burning tire around the neck. And actually, in the NWL dictionary, I think it says to kill by placing a tire around the neck and lighting it on fire. So that's pretty dark. That's pretty dark. So the Scrabble dictionary has no chill, as they say. It's always going to pick the most demented version of any word to define. So beware the Scrabble dictionary. Yeah, what a tiring experience indeed. Jeremy, your punniness fits right in with our community. We all have like the same rough sense of humor as you. Just the puns come early and often. So all right, so Ext. Oh, Ext isn't in here, so I'll be forced to play Dex instead if I have to. So we're both down to the nitty gritty on the time for this game. Maybe I have some. I don't think I have any play that does much better here. That's not in here. I bet this word docs is destined to get in very soon. We're going to see docs get added to English US quite soon. Oh, look at that. That's kind of fun. It's not better. So the nice thing about this play, of course, is that it cuts off the big Heron's hook that I had no business making. So that this positionally makes much more sense, even if it scores slightly more to play my X up there. It could be docks with both X's. That's a good point, Jeremy. I think the thing about that is obviously one of those two words of much higher utility in Scrabble than the other, due to the fact that, as we know, as most of us know, only one X in the set. So the docks with two X's could be a really fun word to know if you had something like, I don't know, a blank, right? And you have an O here and all consonants. Well, I guess you would still have DOUX, wouldn't you? You'd be able to use your blank as a U in that situation. So I got to think about that. The usefulness of docks with two X's. Yeah, that's true, actually. I think, oh, it's not found yet. That's so surprising. I totally agree with you that it should be in. It should be in there. Okay, Dustin plays run in the spot where I was going to play my X, so I guess that frees me to play here and just score a nice amount and continue on. So the pool, oh man, just look at the unseen tiles in tile bag if you can see it right here. 2 vowels and 11 consonants. So that's obviously bad news for Dustin. Even if he has a blank, he's going to need, well, I guess this A is like the saving grace. Maybe, just maybe, if he has one or both of the vowels remaining and the blank and some S's and good tiles, he'll be able to play a bingo through this A. Otherwise, it's not looking good. I can probably just block this A off somehow, and that should probably do it. But I am up by enough points where it doesn't matter that much anyway. So maybe this would be kind of a cool place to do something like, this isn't something like this would be a funny fit. I think gabled. Yeah, gabled is a word. But I don't anticipate being able to do that. So what are the things I need to care about? The B hook here, maybe that could be kind of nice. Sprays plays are not that scary. Obviously, again, I am up by enough points that it's not a big deal. That wasn't the word, but just something like that fits here. I was just sort of pointing out that it's not impossible that I could draw something that fits here ending with a D. Not likely, but not impossible. Okay, play of fat. And I think what I'm going to do, given that I really don't want to use either of my two vowels, is I'm just going to play here and not empty the bag, and let's see what I draw. Oh, God. Oh, brother. That's just so lucky. Look at that. I'm just drawing insane. So in these games, I'm drawing just incredibly well. So I really feel bad for my opponents. I encourage everybody to keep challenging me, because it can't happen every time. Okay, so this was a spot where I was going to try to play bingos through there. I can't play there anymore. Condoled. I wonder, man, I feel like I might have still some bingo somewhere here, but it's not going to be easy. The C is not great for it. Uncolted is not in this dictionary. It doesn't fit anyway. I'm not sure I have anything here. To ending in the A, maybe? This would be a weird fit here. Celadon. Something like... Yeah, I don't think I have anything here. Unless there's something to the T. Cloudlet? Condlet? All right. I don't see it. I don't think I see it. So let's just try to come up with something here. Maybe just acne. Okay. Anybody see anything there? Nobody knows I'm a dog says only just started looking into playing more seriously. It's fun. Scrabble is the gift that keeps on giving. So not sure if you are coming from another word game, playing Wordle, playing Babel Royale, playing chess, playing other games. You know, if you're playing chess, you can't beat that in terms of a game that you know is going to stand the test of time. You know, chess is like the most test of time game ever. It's been around for thousands of years. Maybe backgammon or Go or something are equally. But Scrabble has a timeless, okay, trading card games. Well, Scrabble, so I actually made this comparison before. I feel like Scrabble has a lot more in common than people realize with Magic. So I played Magic for many years, my middle school and early high school years. Then I transitioned into the Star Wars collectible card game. But the thing that I love about Scrabble is that I really do liken the dictionary to being like a massive set of trading cards. Like every word that you learn kind of has these different attributes and different abilities that you can deploy in game. This word has, its letters in a weird place that gives you the ability to score well in some weird spots. This word doesn't have any vowels in it. This word has all vowels in it. All these different attributes. It really feels kind of like you are collecting words in your brain the same way that you would collect trading cards in a physical binder or box or however you would do that. So I do feel like Scrabble, I've always loved to collect trading cards, sports cards, all of those things. I think Scrabble really scratches that itch for me. I've been able to really get into learning the dictionary in that same sense as, collecting stuff. Obviously, once you have a card, you have it forever, whereas a word kind of, your memory is a little more fallible than a binder worth of trading cards is, but the same principles kind of apply to me. Honeypots also says, a trading card nerd until God delivered me to this game. Well, look, no judgment for anybody that is a trading card game fan, first and foremost. Those games are incredibly complex and deep and game theoretically rich. But Scrabble does have a lot of commonalities with them that I think we can sort of speak that language to those players as well. And really good point by Jeremy as well about probabilistic thinking being so important in both of those games. Knowing which cards you've played in a game of Magic and using those sort of percentages in your mind to govern which decisions you need to make in the game. How likely am I to get this really important card that's going to allow me to take command of the game? Very, very similar thinking to Scrabble, too. Okay, we've reached the 2-hour mark, our normal Tuesday, I guess you could call it a show, that I'm going to be doing for the foreseeable future here on Twitch. Definitely hoping to continue to populate our Twitch content calendar. Obviously, every Thursday we have Axer Typo also doing a show. Very different flavor, although you get lots of incredible Scrabble content from him too. I love hanging out with Josh on his stream. So every Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern, Axer Typo will be here streaming for a bit. But we are really eager to get our tournaments rolled out on playscrabble.com and start doing some online tournament coverage on this channel. And of course, a few weeks ago, we had our Crescent City Cup live coverage on this channel, which was pretty amazing. I thought it was awesome to be a part of that. And we're looking to do more stuff like that at some point throughout 2022. I see. I gotcha. Gotcha, Honeypots. Nice to see you. So CCC is going to be posted. Christian has all the VODs. He's working on cutting those up, and they are going to come to the YouTube channel at some point very soon. So all the Crescent City Cup content is going to be preserved for the future. Dustin says, time to download Ziziva. Can't hurt. It can't hurt. A little bit of study goes a long way in this game, Babel Royale, other games like that. So, all right, let's see who is on and streaming here. Hold on. Let's just see if we can toss a nice little word game raid. Perhaps somebody is playing Scrabble. Perhaps somebody's playing Babel Royale that we can see if anybody is... Wow, Babel Royale has 400 viewers. Oh, wow, okay. It's Big Cheese. It's Big Cheese. So let's see. Hold on. How do I set a raid to Big Cheese? Big Cheese kit. Oh, you know what? Maybe we'll... Aviv is playing too. I'm not sure if the raid to Big Cheese is going to go through. Yeah, let's raid Aviv instead, just because that'll be, well, I don't know. Not sure what I should be doing here. What's best for the brand? Whatever. Let's raid Aviv because that should be a lot of fun to watch, play some Babel Royale. So we'll do that. Let's see if it works. Aviv followed my personal Twitch channel not long ago. Yeah, so let's send some love there. Thank you everybody for watching today for a couple hours as we continue to play some challenge games on Play Scrabble, but very soon, hopefully not too much longer, we're going to have lots more different Scrabble content coming on Twitch. So really appreciate everybody following along. Lots of great comments and good vibes today. Thanks very much. So let's show some love to Aviv. And I'll catch you guys later.